Hey, my name is Nisi, and today I'm going to tell you how you can secure a certified medical assistant position during your externship. And an externship is an opportunity where you get to shadow doctors and other medical assistants, also PAs, nurse practitioners, anyone who's providing care at a certain clinic, specialty, practice, whatever you want to call it. Externships typically range from 80 to 120 hours. And if you haven't already seen my last video where I tell you what a medical assistant does, which program to apply for, and is this really something you're ready to make a commitment for, check out my last video. So these steps are typically for people who are deciding to find their own externship, whether their school is just taking too long to find it or you want to find one yourself. This is the video for you. Step 1, build your resume. And I know you've probably heard this a million times. Trust me, your resume. You want to add the school you went to, the new skills, techniques, procedures that you've now learned after taking this program. This could include EKGs, vital signs, blood draws, injections, anything that you've learned in school. Even though an externship is an unpaid position, they still want to see that you've learned certain techniques and you're not coming in there with absolutely no knowledge whatsoever. They want to know that, okay, this person is actually attentive in class and they're ready to learn and expand their knowledge. And I'm also a pretty hands-on person, so if you did have any questions about what a certified medical assistant resume should look like, you can email them to me. I can fix it up for you and email it back. Now you're gonna go on ahead and begin the search. I do not recommend walking into medical practices and just asking them, hey, am I able to do my externship here? Just because 9 times out of 10, hiring manager is not gonna be there. They have a whole HR department. Also, these are medical practices. People are busy, they have patients, they have 1,000,001 things to do in a day, and you might just not get noticed just walking into a practice saying, hey, am I able to do my externship here? Okay, great. You'll write down my name and give it to a manager. Not a guarantee. So you definitely want to make sure that you're covering all areas by doing this. Go online and look up local hospitals, clinics, practices, ERs near you. Honestly, it's a bonus to find a practice that actually has a specialty you are interested in working. You can look at medical assistant agencies, websites such as Vivian. They do travel positions as well, so if you're interested in being a travel MA. However, I do want to let you guys know, if you do want to travel in the future, they do want you to have at least 1 year of in-office experience, and then you're free to travel. Once you found a few places that you wanted to do your externship at, make sure that you call them and let them know, hey, I just applied for an open position and I'm also a student who is doing my externship and would like to do it here. Most employers do like to hire students because number 1, we need more medical assistants, and number 2, you're new in the game, and a lot of practices and providers like to mold their medical assistants to pretty much be whoever they need them to be in the office, which is honestly a plus. They love to have well-seasoned medical assistants. However, it always helps out if you're new in the game and they can kind of build you into the person they want you to be at their practice. Once you've scored a couple interviews, it's just like any other interview process. You want to go in there well-groomed, well-dressed. Also, be prepared. Have your resume. There's been several places that I've applied for, and when I went in for an interview, I did have to take a test. They may ask you to do vitals or draw another medical assistant's blood, show that you're professional, reliable, and show your eagerness to learn. And now is the time to show off all of the techniques and procedures that you've learned. At the end of most interviews, they do ask you if you have any questions. Do not say no. Ask things like, what does a day-to-day medical assistant position look like here? Also, do you feel like this is a position where I can grow? I'm definitely looking for something long-term. Let me tell you, they eat that question up every time I say, they're like, oh, I'm so glad you asked that question. I'm so glad. I'm like, yeah, I've been using that. I done used it 3 times today. This is my 3rd interview today. Also, ask any other questions that you may have, because it's as much about them vetting you as you vetting them. You want to make sure that this is a place that you're going to fit in at and be happy. So you got the job, and now it's time for getting comfortable in your new space, networking, and building relationships. So you definitely want to find out where your everyday desk or office will be, because you want to make sure that it's comfortable to you. Bring anything you need, pen, paper, something that reminds you of home or a family member, something to make your space yours. So within the first week or two, you'll find out who your provider is going to be, and you want to go ahead and get close and comfortable with this person. You want to go ahead and ask them how they like their things done, how they like certain documentation in the EMR system you'll be learning. Some providers can be pretty lenient while others can be pretty tedious, so definitely want to find out what kind of provider it is. And to be honest, I always say be as detailed as you can in your notes and information. That way it avoids the doctor having to come back and asking you, hey, I see that you wrote this in your note, but please be more specific. What exactly do you mean? To avoid the back and forth, be as detailed as you can in any type of documentation you're doing it. And there's actually a saying in the medical field, if you didn't document it, it didn't happen. So you've been here for a few weeks and you've heard a little bit of workplace gossip. And let me just say this. Do not partake. Please hit them with,
just say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing.
Especially if they're discussing a patient. Do not want to get fired or get your certification revoked over a HIPAA violation. You do not want a coworker or another patient to overhear a conversation being had and then it goes reported to a manager, or worse, the person you were actually talking about goes and reports you. Also, less is more. Don't tell your coworkers about your personal life. You know what I'm saying? Like, not too much information about your personal life, because they will gossip about you. They will. My coworkers don't even know that I make these videos. If they find them, then hey, you know, hey girl, hey, like, but I'm not voluntarily giving you information about my personal life. You want to build relationships with people who are actually doing their jobs, who are hardworking, trying to help you with your jobs, have been there for a while. Build those connections. You know, you get to help more in work, you get to volunteer more. If they have blood drives, go ahead and do those things. You want to connect with people who are enthusiastic about the things that they're doing, and you want to learn something from them. So back to the task at hand, you want to make sure that you're cleaning all your rooms, you're stocking them, start doing these things called pre-planning, which if you have a list of patients already given to you for the day, print that list out, and anything that they need to do, go ahead and prepare those rooms for them. If they give you it a week in advance and you have those patients, work ahead. Trust me, it helps a lot, because it could just look like one simple schedule, then the people come in and you get all different types of personality stories, case scenarios, and now I'm overwhelmed because I didn't plan my day thoroughly. If your job offers extra training and courses for the workers, go ahead and take them, especially if you plan on being here long term. During all this time, you'll be having someone, either a manager or another medical assistant, sign off on everything that you're doing, whether this is rooming a patient, scheduling a patient's insurance, BP, blood draws. They'll check off on everything to make sure you qualify for the NHA or the AAMA. Once your externship ends, go ahead and thank everybody for training you, whether you plan on staying here or not, whether you enjoyed your time here or not. Plan on staying, go ahead and let your manager know how much you've enjoyed being here, how much you've learned, how much you've grown with this company, and let them know that you actually would like to stay if there is an open position available. If they decide to not move forward with you, don't get upset, don't feel a way about it. You still got your externship done. Be sure to ask them, what can I improve on? Like, where did I go wrong here? Don't say where did I go wrong here? I'm sorry for that. Instead, say, where can I improve on? Okay, I noticed that I couldn't get this concept. If you know the concept, I noticed I couldn't get this concept. Could you show me a way I can get to this goal, attain this goal? They want to see that you can learn. And even though you can't get that opportunity, you never know, in the future you may want to come back after getting more experience. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have any more questions on how you can get a job at your externship after completing it, please go ahead and drop them down below. And if you have any other questions, drop those below too, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.